I expected this comparison to be much closer than it turned out to be. These are two robot vacuum mop combos with very similar feature sets, similar designs, and similar promises. But after putting both through some of the messiest days my house has seen in a while, one of them consistently left my floors cleaner. Before I show you which one that was, let me walk you through exactly what happened. The days I tested couldn't have been better. It was a wet week and my little kids kept tracking mud through the house. I also did a bunch of baking, so there were crumbs everywhere, and honestly, the floors looked rough. Instead of doing any prep work, I let each robot tackle the exact kind of mess most of us actually have. If you enjoy real-world testing like this, I compare robot vacuums, kitchen gadgets, and home products every week so you don't have to spend hundreds or sometimes thousands of dollars guessing. If you're shopping for either of these, I've linked them below. Those affiliate links help support the channel at no additional cost to you, and subscribing means you'll see future comparisons before you buy. Looking at the hardware first, these have a lot in common. Both use all-in-one emptying stations. Both wash and dry their spinning mop pads automatically. Both have extending edge cleaning mops designed to reach along baseboards. Both have solid batteries that can vacuum on the highest setting and mop my 1,000 square foot main floor on a single charge. And overall, both are genuinely good robot vacuums. Where they started separating themselves was during actual cleaning. The first thing I noticed was edge cleaning. Both robots attempted to clean right along walls and corners, and both did a good job, but the Dreame consistently stayed just a little tighter to those edges. After each run, the Dreame left noticeably cleaner corners, while the Roborock occasionally left small bits of debris behind that required another pass. Next was vacuum performance. I ran my usual pickup test using crushed corn chips, and both machines performed well. The Roborock picked up most of the debris, but the Dreame consistently collected everything. The same pattern continued in my kitchen. After baking with my kids, there were flour remnants, crumbs, and plenty of random debris spread across the floor. The Roborock cleaned it well, the Dreame cleaned it better. When I finished, there were hardly any crumbs left behind. Mopping was similar. The Roborock cleaned well, but the Dreame just left the floors looking cleaner. In fact, after the Dreame finished its first full house cleaning, a friend actually commented on how clean my floors looked before I even mentioned I'd been testing a robot vacuum that day. That's not something that happens very often. Navigation was very similar. Both mapped my house well, both cleaned efficiently, neither wasted much time wandering, but when it came to obstacle avoidance, the Dreame pulled further ahead. It was reliably better with both socks and cords. It avoided most without problems, while the Roborock had some issues even with basic obstacles. Now, if you only looked at specifications, you'd probably assume these robots perform almost identically. Honestly, I thought they probably would, but after watching them clean an especially dirty house, comparing the leftover debris, checking corners, evaluating chip pickup, and looking closely at the finished floors, the Dreame L40 second generation consistently came out just a little ahead. It vacuumed slightly better, it mopped slightly better, it cleaned the edges and corners more precisely. And those small improvements added up to floors that genuinely looked cleaner throughout my home. The Roborock Qrevo S5V is still an excellent robot vacuum that I would happily recommend. But if you're deciding strictly between these two, the Dreame L40 second generation is the one I'd choose. If you'd like to check current pricing or learn more about either robot, I've linked both below. If this comparison helped you make a decision, using those affiliate links is a great way to support the channel at no extra cost to you. And don't forget to subscribe because I've got a lot more robot vacuum comparisons coming, including head-to-head tests against some of the biggest names in the category.